This is 88.9 FM WDNA. We're also online at WDNA.org. And my guest in the studio is Jean Caze, a fine trumpet and flugelhorn player. And he is here. He's going to be here tonight with Melton Mustafa as part of the Encounter program, working with playing some music and then inviting the students to come up and play with the musicians. And it's part of our program. It's been real successful. And if you want to come on out and check it out, it's free, Free, for the students under 21. And for those others, it's just $15 to come on in and join the party. So, so originally, like I say, I remember going to this restaurant. We can't mention names, but well, they're not here anymore. But I remember a couple. I guess how long ago was that, man? About like 4 or 5 years ago. And I went down and saw Jean play some music and really enjoyed him. And we met, we talked briefly, and then I lost track of him. He went back to New York, and I was not aware that he was originally from New York, but now he came back to Florida. And you originally came down here to Florida. What brought you actually to Miami?
Oh, well, 2000 to 2004, I got my undergrad degree at Manhattan School of Music.
Okay.
After that, ended up not pursuing music. I ended up working with my cousin, which was only supposed to be temporary. Anyway, that family business did not go so well. So I ended up getting back into music. And I was in Delray Beach at the time. I moved down to Miami, and I started doing gigs. And I said, well, let me go get my master's. So I went to FIU and started getting my master's there. That's the time I recorded my first CD, and I also just started. I built my website. And I just started, just being just taking more control of my career as a solo artist.
Who'd you work with at your mentors there at FIU?
FIU, I took lessons with it's too early to remember names.
Okay.
Gary Campbell.
Yeah, I was going to say, I figured it was probably Gary.
Yeah, and then I also took lessons with Jim Hacker.
Oh, okay.
And he's not a jazz teacher there, but he taught me some trumpet technique things, which really helped me a lot. And got to play in the big band, was featured quite a bit. Got to play with Arturo Sandoval and Wayne Bergeron.
Wayne Bergeron
was there, so that was pretty. You had some really fun moments at the school.
Yeah.
And in 2007, as I was wrapping up my master's, I placed second in the Thelonious Monk International Jazz Competition.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And that was like a real highlight of my career. And I said, well, I could either stay in Miami or I can go to New York and try to, swim with the big fish, so to speak. So I decided to go back to New York. And ever since, my career has been getting better and better. I was able to freelance in New York with some of not only jazz, but I was playing with R&B artist named Laura Isibor, on tour with her.
Okay.
I was on tour with a lot of Haitian dance bands, and I got to do some cool jazz things like Roy Hargrove's big band, among some other things in New York. So it's been really good. Now I'm on tour with Michael Bublé, and in between I'm working on my second CD where I'll be singing. And
let me see now. Your first one that we misplaced here. You got to promise to get me another copy in here. Okay. It was. I can't remember the title.
It was Miami Jazz Scene.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is kind of a joke.
Yeah. Well, I know, but it was. But the CD was real nice because I think the thing I noticed most about your playing the first time I saw you and first time I heard you was that you had your style is contemporary and you're lyrical, but you're not smooth. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, the quote unquote smooth jazz movement and all that stuff. But my feeling was that your music was accessible to both schools, which is kind of cool. And I always felt that, an artist like yourself that does what you do is the best way to introduce people to the more straight ahead forms of jazz, because let's face it, if they don't hear it and they're not exposed to it on the radio and there are no places to go to hear them, it's a very hard task to get people automatically into the music, because the music sometimes can be a little heady. The jazz is a little bit of a heady music,
right?
So I noticed right away that with your playing is that I could tell that you were learning your instrument, but you were also considering your audience is,
Definitely. I always want to bring people into the music,
right?
Whether you know about music or not,
Right.
So yeah, that's one of my goals. I'm still working on that because when you go to music school, you learn all types of great things about music, and then you can end up kind of being a music nerd and kind of
Right.
just making music that caters to musicians. But in jazz, the people who are going to support you are not usually the musicians,
Right.
because they're all trying to get their own career off the ground,
Exactly.
and struggling usually financially, so they're not going to be spending money and going out all the time like
Yeah.
that. So you got to and help build it back up,
Right.
for the future generations.
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you. So you're going to get a chance to, like I say, tonight you'll be playing with Melton Mustafa.
Mhm.
And who else is going to be on board again?
We have Emmett Cohen on keys,
Right, who's been here already and did a show with us here.
Leo Brooks is on bass,
Okay.
and David Shiverton on drums.
All right, it's going to be fun. So again, we're inviting the students to come on out tonight. It's at 8:00, and you'll get a chance to not be shy, and we'll keep it very open and very relaxed. We'll have some fun. You'll hear some music, and if you want to come on up and play, it'll work. So and we just had a change here. We actually had a little bit of a wall here in the middle that was constricted. And it was one of the things when we moved in here that we kind of didn't think about until after you're in. And they say, everybody said that wall's got to go, and we took it out. So now we have an even broader area where you can hear the music and listen and sit and everything
Right.
else. So it's really neat. So looking forward to hearing the sound tonight with the whole open area
Yes,
up
I'm
there. So
looking forward to having everyone come down. Please come down. It's going to be a great show, and it's a great time for you to be able to hear the generations, me and then Melton Mustafa, also playing with some of my favorite Miami musicians. Oh man, it's going to be great.
It's going to be great. So, John, thanks. We welcome you back, and don't be a stranger, man. Come around, and like I say, keep me informed what's going on, and make sure I get an extra copy. I'm saying it on the air here. Make sure I get an extra copy of that CD.
You will,
so I can play it, because I liked it, and now I couldn't find it anymore. So
okay.
well, that happens sometimes. We get millions of things in, and they get all buried and disappeared, or somebody doesn't know the alphabet and puts you in the wrong spot, and then.
Yep.
But anyway, we're going to listen to some more music. I've got Ferris Whitted up, and this is from his CD with Bobby Broom and Ron Perillo. And this is a piece for Barack Obama. It's called Our Man Barack. And we're going to listen to that. You're tuned to 88.9 FM WDNA and online at WDNA.org. And John, thank you for taking your time out this morning to come in
My pleasure.
and chat with us. All right, we'll see you tonight. I'll be over here.